Okay, hi again. So it looks like I actually got something figured out. So I'm recording this right after, or not right after, an hour later after the previous video about the Tummo progress report number 3, right? Is it number 3? This is number 3. This is number 3, right here. Because I was going on about my hormones and about having to choose all the time between whether to use the Shakti energy for, the hormonal processes which are there, which I have to deal with and live with, or sort of try to force myself, which I don't like, but it's not my style anyway, to do Tummo as it's supposed to be done, to the extent that I know any of it, okay? So I have sort of reclaimed my Shakti energy from the whole, hormonal process that was blocking it and was giving me a really hard time. And it turns out that it's actually possible to do, to let the Shakti energy come into your body, into your lower belly, into the level at the second chakra where Tummo can happen. So where the basis is, which is like, for females, it's like slightly higher than where your womb is. That's the area where the fire of the Tummo can be established, right? So that's as far as I've been getting. I have one other rather cool experience with that, which I will hopefully remember to go into slightly onward in this video. But the important bit that I discovered just now, just an hour ago, is that so I am in this situation where I am able to sort of bypass the whole reproductive system down there with the Shakti, go around that and end up on the Tummo level. Then I tend to think in terms of, going upwards and outwards and doing the Tummo things. It turns out it's possible to sit in that position and basically turn the Tummo energy downward. So it comes from the second chakra, right? And it goes down into the female organs. And problem solved. It is incredible. I feel so much better. I have had this fight with my own body as long as I can remember, like a tug of war constantly with me wanting to do things, whatever it was, and getting female ailments, headaches and other blockages and what have you. So I'm very hopeful that this will actually enable me, if I just remember to, turn it upside down, as it were, the Shakti first, once we have gotten into the second chakra area. Because if I just let it come up, straight up, like through the middle channel, a lot of the energy gets absorbed into my female organs and it doesn't move beyond that. I'm really curious. One day we will have a university course for these things and we will be able to compare notes, because so far I am shouting at the world by myself doing these things, and I just think it's utterly gorgeous that I'm anyway able to, post this kind of stuff on my channel. Yahoo! I am hopefully the rest of my Tummo research process that I'm in will prove to be more easily accessible now, because there's not this, howling and yammering going on in the back of my karma where I'm supposed to be having babies, which is apparently still what my underbelly thinks. And it will still be, it feels very soothing. It feels like, okay, so thank you. I'm okay now. That's what it feels like. And so from there on outwards, I reassume my femininity, as it were, I think, in the most crucial way. Yes, I suppose so. And from there on outwards, doing Tummo work in the normal way will be possible. So I thought that was pretty important. I also had this note, and that's the thing that I was referring to just now. I had one rather interesting, I think, experience. Yeah, it is an experience, because if I talk about it, I'm sensing that I'm suddenly going different. It's quite cool. So here's my hypothesis. It hasn't done anything to do with the previous subject or the hormones or any of it. It has to do with past lives. So in my particular case, I do think that I have a set probably of past lives where I have been studying these things. So the whole Shakti, the whole Tummo, everything, I've been so aware of these energies for so long, when I haven't actually done any training outside what I've done myself, not any schools, not any, I've read about it, but it's also a fairly recent thing. It's in the past 10 years or so that I've been coming into contact with this stuff. And then once I came into contact with it, everything has become easier. And it's just like I know all the time what it is they're talking about. Also when I'm reading about these things online. So somehow there is a connection there. There's other past lives stories and intel on my channel that you can find. There's even a playlist that has to do with that. So this video will go both in the Shakti energy work and in the past lives little playlists. Just a reminder to self, yes, because I think now that certainly when I go into full Tummo mode, so when I am expanding myself, expanding my Shakti in my belly area, and sort of surrendering completely to that, what I get is a sense around my body at about this much, 40 centimeters, something like that, away from me, as if there is a vibrational layer, so like an aura layer that has information specifically, in this case, about my past life experiences with Tummo meditation. I could feel, I could see it. I can see it in my mind's eye. I see huge hallways, and I can hear, it's more like a feeling of space, of a different space than the one that I'm in right now. Completely different, incomparable. So it's like a layer. It's very trippy. I'm loving this anyway, even if it isn't true, it would be deserving to be true, but it is. It's the way I felt, okay? So I'm recording, reporting. We are studying this stuff together, if you like. I'm just handing it to the world because it's the coolest thing I can think of. So there is a layer in my aura that gets activated that has information about the past life. It feels so real. It's amazing. It feels like if I just take one step, I would just go poof, I would disappear from your screen, and I'd be wherever that is, wherever there is. There's mountains. Duh, it's Nepal, Tibet, somewhere. There's a huge, big hallway that I'm in. And it's quiet. It's not necessarily silent, but there is all sorts of resonances. There's more going on. There's more. So, but it feels extraordinarily real to me, and it's just a layer, right? So this, I noticed the first time I actually went and did a full-on Tummo and sort of discovered for myself how it works from the belly chakra upwards with, you know, the fire in the middle. And I think that was actually the first real Tummo video that I made that you can find on my channel in the Shakti playlist a month ago or so, where I sort of took it apart in 5 steps as to you have to sit in that belly area with the fire and you know, expand your awareness. Basically let the Tummo assert itself, because it's a natural process, but it will only start up if you're there to watch. Okay, so the reason why I'm looking down all the time is because I've got cards, except these are my own cards, and I don't think you'll be able to make them out because I still have to do a bit of work on them. These are symbol cards that I'm developing for parts of the Shakti and Tummo process. So this is basically a triangle sitting on a line, vertical line, like so. And this is my image or my symbol for the Shakti force by itself. So just the Shakti, wherever it is, whatever is happening to it, okay? I'm suddenly thinking of other instances that I have to still make cards for. Sorry, I have to pen this down because it's going really well. I've got 15 cards so far that I just made in about half an hour or so. And so they're all more or less the same with orange and pink because I like that. I'm a kid inside. And this one is basically the earth line. I hope you can read that somehow. It's the line going up from the bottom, the heart of the earth really, into the Shakti, like so. And this is the surface of the earth right there. So there should be like a circle at the bottom here, which would be the heart of the earth, right? The center of the earth, like that. I'm thinking now that my orange color is still rather dark, so there's not enough contrast right there. So another option would be to outline my orangey symbols in something or other which would give it more contrast, because it's still in process. So I don't need to show you all these. I'm having fun with this anyway. There's let me see, this is another one of what I call the Tummo floor, where these are the female organs, where this is the uterus right there, and these are the little, you know, the ovaries, basically, on either side. It's also a Venus symbol, and it has, actually it's also an Aries symbol with the curly bits on either side. And then on top of that, there's actually like this, what would you call that? A lozenge or something like that, like a square, a pointy square like that. That is actually the start of the Tummo process. So, and if you manage to incorporate the female organs into, which was what I was going on about just now, into the whole of the Tummo energy, so not coming up from the bottom, but coming out of the second chakra and then going around like that, this is what you get. You get the whole female process incorporated or encompassed, if you like, in the Tummo field, like so. Lots of fun. So I thought that was just, you know, I don't like leaving people with my moaning and grumbling, even though it's very natural, and it's a very natural process. But if there are solutions to be found, I want to share them immediately, as quickly as possible. Ace of Wands, you know, boom, like that. So thank you for watching. I will upload this tomorrow probably. Yay me, because then I can go off to my other little volunteer job with a clear conscience. Wouldn't that be nice? So thank you for watching. See you then. Okay, bye bye. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.